Do we stop playing because we grow old, or do we grow old because we stop playing? It's a question I heard years ago and I couldn't keep wondering about it. I think a lot of us are training our bodies to grow old. Heavy squats hurt our knees, so we stop squatting. We sprain an ankle, so we never trust it again. Our shoulders get stiff, so we stop reaching overhead. And little by little, we lose movements, not because we can't do them anymore, but because we stop practicing them. As they say, use it or lose it. Sure, there are certain things we can't do as well when we're a little older, but a lot of it has to do with how we live. If your shoulders and back hurt, is it really because of your age? Or is it because you're hunched over like Quasimodo for 8 hours a day? So the goal isn't to avoid movement. It's to find movement your body can tolerate and build from there. I think we owe it to ourselves to keep exploring what our bodies can do, even as we get older. Especially as we get older. Because movement is medicine. And that's why I love bodyweight exercise. The load on our joints is way less, the stress on our back is way less, the chance of getting injured is lower, and luckily, for most of us, we're wise enough now to throw our egos out of the door and stop chasing numbers or weights that don't mean anything. And there's something powerful about controlling your own body weight. And even if something does hurt, again, movement is medicine. And this is not to say to disregard pain and push through, but to find a variation that doesn't hurt. Maybe you can't do lunges? Well, try a reverse lunge. It's less stressful on your knees. Can't do that? Maybe you can do an isometric lunge hold. And as you get stronger, perhaps now you can do a reverse lunge. Maybe you can't squat all the way down, but try a wall sit. Again, as you get stronger, go a little deeper and then introduce movement back into the pattern. And this goes for anything. The more we skip something because it hurts, the weaker our muscles get and the worse it hurts. I used to be a professional kickboxer. I had quite some injuries and I sprained my ankle quite a few times. So I wore an ankle support to keep training. But eventually it became like a crutch and I felt like I couldn't train without it without spraining my ankle. And it makes sense. My muscles couldn't stabilize my ankles anymore because they never had to anymore. The solution wasn't to keep wearing the support, but to slowly start training without it in a controlled environment. And before I knew, I was sparring without it again. So instead of thinking back to your glory days when you were in your prime, try exploring all kinds of movement again. Try training with bare feet, getting all those stabilizer muscles firing. Ditch the Smith machine and try a regular push-up. Keep exploring the depth of your body's capabilities in a controlled and safe manner. Perhaps you'll find you're not as old as you are. Movement is medicine, and it's the best anti-aging method there is.